Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Our Golden Eagles enter at number 24 in the nation following a win against number 19 Purdue last week. A much tougher test, though, here as we have number 5 Oklahoma down here in Norman. The Sooners have a 99 overall offense, so on paper, you'd probably say the Sooners the best offense in the entire nation. They rely on their passing game heavily, although they have a very good backfield. Both backs they kind of try and split time between, and each of them averaging over 8.5 yards per carry. The Sooners 2-1. They come off a win last week against Texas in the Red River rivalry. Their lone loss on the year came back in week 1 as they fell to LSU 50-34, I believe the score in that game. We're at Gaylord, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium here taking on the Sooners, a top 10 toughest place to play in the nation. Marquette at 4-1, and a win here would be huge, kind of set a statement as we failed to do a few weeks back, going back to that Miami game where we lost that one by 2 points on a last-second field goal as we're now underway here in Norman, Oklahoma. A big game here, and a win here would maybe go down as our biggest yet in this series. Dusty Alexander going to bust it up the left sideline, and a good return there out of the gate as he's forced out around the 36. The Oklahoma defense still a very good team, but they have been allowing a lot of points to start this year. We'll start a give for McBride, and that's a face mask right out of the gate. And we could use the extra 15. Marquette catches a break out of the gate, and if we're going to win this game, we kind of need Oklahoma to beat themselves at times here today. We're going to need a little help here as McBride, a good carry up the middle, gets 4. So right now, looking at the national landscape of college football, Georgia Tech number 1, North Carolina number 2. So if the Tar Heels are able to beat Pitt this week, we'll have a 1-2 matchup more than likely next time out. Now 2nd and 6, we'll give a give there for Josh Terry up the middle, 3rd and inches. I figured we'd rock the winged helmets here today. It's been a while. I don't know if we've ever rocked them with the white unis either. I kind of like how it looks out there. We'll go Josh Terry again right up the middle, and he gets 2 in the first. With Oklahoma's potent offense, it's going to be a game where we just try and hold on to the ball, control the clock, and limit their possessions. So expect a lot of runs here today. As we go right back to it, Alexander, a good lane, opens up the middle, and he gets 7. Last week, we received our first 5 commits of the season, following we had 10 visits for that Purdue game, which we ended up winning 24-16. 2nd and 3 now. Our first drop back for Walker. I was looking at Mason as Watkins wide open there, but he drops it. So 3rd and 3 now after that dropped first down. Walker, another drop back here is Coleman going airborne for that hit while he's diving in the air, his little somersault action, and he hangs on through all that. A tough 4 yards there for Coleman. Those are the type of shots, that earn respect from your teammates and, everyone watching. Kevin Coleman, the senior receiver, part of that same recruiting class with Greg Walker. And now Dusty Alexander, another 3 yards now, 2nd and 7. And I was talking about the unis. Our combination today we've never used before. We have our secondary pants, our secondary away uniform with our alternate helmet. Now 2nd and 7. Walker will just dump it off quick there for Mason, and he drops it. Maybe you should have let that play develop a little bit more. I think Washington might have been open. And both of our tight ends with drops out of the gate here. Now 3rd and 7. Walker out there empty. Takes the snap. Go for Pope there on the out, but not enough leverage on the route. As only 4 yards, 4th and 3. Again, maybe a little too quick to commit to a pass there. And we have 10-mile-per-hour winds here. Hunter Kraft on for the field goal. That one up and good as Marquette takes the lead, scores on their opening drive of the game. 3-0 Sooners are getting out there for the first time. Brock Turner, the quarterback for this Oklahoma team last week, 316 passing yards, 4 touchdowns against rival Texas. As I mentioned, a very good offense, especially in the passing game. And it's going to be a very tough test containing them here today. They are down their top receiver, but still they have 3 very capable guys. The top 3 receivers now at 6, 2 of them 6'5", one of them 6'3", so a lot of size on this Sooners team. First drop back there as he gets Hines, a running back. 2 broken tackles up the sideline, 3rd broken tackle, and that's Kevin Hines, a 96 overall running back, the top running back in the Big 12. And like I said, each of these running backs averaging over 8.5 yards per carry. Hines at 9.3 yards per carry entering this game. And now Turner will keep. We sold out. And Troy Walker getting off a block there to bring him down after 10 yards. Oklahoma going to bring tempo here today. Turner to pass. He's going to go deep. That's Jacobs he connects with, beating Williamson over the top. 43 yards to Peter Jacobs. And this offense showing why they're considered the best in the nation. Already down inside the red zone. And they'll continue to hurry back. Going to wear down this Marquette defense today. They get set. They're going to give to Hines here. Omar Wilson gets in the lane there, makes the tackle. And now 2nd and 3. Oklahoma gets set now at the 11. They go right back to Hines. Redirects out of a lane and a strong finish over Bobby Price for the first down. 1st and goal now at the 2-yard line. Now about halfway through this first quarter. Turner keeps. And really nothing doing there. 2nd and goal. And now they come out jumbo with 3 tight ends, a fullback. They go play action. And a good run there from Brock Turner. We had good coverage. And a split-second decision there to take off through that little lane and turn to the scramble touchdown as Oklahoma takes the lead, a touchdown on their opening drive of the game. And now Dusty Alexander on for the kickoff. Had a good one to open the day. And that time doesn't make it to the 20. A poor return there. A tale of 2 offenses there. We ate maybe 3 minutes. Got 3 points. They were what? Didn't even have the ball for a minute probably. Got a touchdown. Now we'll start this one. Another run as that collapsed. No run blocking there. -4. 2nd and 14. I'm not sure what that was about. Everyone just kind of stood up and let the line get through. Maybe Alexander was chirping at him and they had to let him get rocked one time. 2nd and 14. We have a man over the middle. That's Tommy Washington, the JUCO transfer. A strong catch, 10 yards, now 3rd and 3. Yeah, maybe Alexander was bashing the O-line a little bit or something. They had to give him some longest yard treatment. Of course, not the case. So we have good chemistry here in the Marquette Golden Eagles dynasty. Now 3rd and 3. And I didn't like the look. Should have audibled as Josh Terry stopped there for no gain. 4th down. That one definitely should have audibled. You'll live and you learn. And now Castillo on for the punt. Kicking with the wind. You love that. That one towards the sideline. Not returnable. And I think we will take that swing. I think a 42-yard punt from Castillo. And we'll take that. Now Oklahoma right back with the ball. 2:04 left in this first quarter. Hines gets the carry. That's Mark Henry back in the lineup after missing last week's game. We'll go back to the run. Here's Hines. Carter, a bad miss there in space. And Andrew Thomas, the freshman, able to bring him down. 22 yards for Hines, helping that yards per carry. Going to try and get to 10 here today. And we're caught here in a very bad defensive look. I'm not sure how we got in the quarter. And Mark Henry, again, another big stop. 2nd and 7. Oklahoma gets back to the line. Turner, a lot of time there. And Mike Carroll, another what could have been interception, just knocked down, forcing the 3rd down. 3rd and 7 from the 37. 1:26 remaining here in the first. And Carter was right there. A misfire from Turner. Carter should have hauled that one. It didn't even react to the ball. As it looks like Oklahoma will send out the field goal unit. And keep in mind, it's going to be a 54-yarder. Kicking against 10-mile-per-hour winds. I do believe both their kicker and punter are over 90 overall, but this is still a very tough kick for anyone. And that one's going to be way... What? I thought that was going to be way wide. And it slices off the upright and good. I don't really see many like that in this game. It hooked in. That was crazy. Tremendous kick there. Crazy curve. Looked like it was certainly going to be wide left. Alexander, he hasn't had good returns. We'll just knee this one and start from the 25 this time. Wow, that was a wild field goal kick. Hats off to that guy. Now 1:20 remaining. Marquette back with it. Going to try and spin away from the defensive end there. A strong play against the run. And Alexander a little shaken up. And we'll see how that develops. Alexander did miss a few weeks last season, so definitely someone who does have an injury history. 2nd and 12 now. Walker out there empty. Takes the snap. Roll to the right. Dump that off for Terry. And he backtracks a little bit, so it's only going to be a 2-yard gain. And that will take us into the second quarter. 10-3 Oklahoma here. And we could see their offense going to have some big hits. It's going to be a big struggle, I think, stopping them. But hopefully our offense can keep pace and just keep our way in this game. I feel like in the second half, maybe not last week, but in recent games this season, we've been a better second half team. So hopefully that stands true today. But if we could stick into it, if we could stick with it going into halftime, I think our chances here today are pretty good. But we have to face this 3rd and 10 first, as we're set back again here on a 3rd down. Walker takes the snap. Try Washington on the timing route, and a poor read there. Not sure what we're looking at. 4th down. Castillo on for the punt, his 2nd of the day, now kicking against the wind. That one going to be fielded at the 35. That's Jacobs. Finds a lane, a strong stiff arm as he works it across midfield. Good field position here for Oklahoma. Oklahoma back out there, scoring drives on each of their first 2 to start today. They'll go back to Hines, breaks a tackle, and then brought down on a 2nd effort. Oklahoma now at the 45. Turn to pass. Goes towards the sideline, a lob, and Bennett can't haul that in. Aaron Clark was there in coverage, able to force it free. And now 3rd down. Turn to pass. Gonna go towards the sideline there for Hargrove, the tight end. Fighting a few guys there and finally forced out by Omar Wilson getting over. 4th and 2 from the 41. And they are going to go for it. Gonna go corner crash here, send some pressure. Turn to pass. Has been over the middle of the field, and it hits the other receiver as their routes kind of intersected there. I think Turner was going for the man coming from the near sideline, but instead it hit the other receiver there on the slants. But to our benefit, as that's a turnover on downs. Interesting happening there. Now Marquette back with it at the 41. Alexander is back in the game. McBride, a carry to the outside, nothing doing, brought down for a loss. Walker now out there empty, 2nd and 11, takes the snap. Go for Terry, he just barely beats a man over the middle. Now he has a lot of space to run, and he's ripped down there. 18 yards from Terry, which looked to be a risky throw, but he hauled it in somehow and had some room to run. Marquette now in Oklahoma territory. Walker takes the snap. Tried back for Terry, and he didn't react. He turned back for the ball, but it just skips incomplete on a deep shot. Now 2nd and 10. We'll just go for McBride. Can't really get anything going. Only 3 yards, 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 here. Going to go with pivot slants. Don't really use it all that much. Walker on the drop back. Right man over the middle. That's Terry. Makes the grab. But he is short. 7 yards now. 4th and inches. 4th and inches. You know we're going for this. Oklahoma is stacking the line though. We'll run it anyway. McBride. And we do just barely get the forward progress. That had to just be by the nose of the football, and we barely survived this drive. The running game obviously struggling to get going here today, and that was our game plan. Really wanted to run the rock, but it just hasn't really gone to plan. Now 1st down at the 33. Walker on the drop back. Gonna roll to the left. We'll just keep going. And we're forced out there after 11 yards. 1st down at the 20. Now less than 5 minutes left in the half. Marquette in the red zone. Walker on the drop back. And we're almost picked off there underneath. Thought we could lead Pope a little bit better, but batted away. 2nd down. Now 4:51 left. 2nd down. Walker takes the snap. And we're trying to get Coleman there, and we're smacked for the sack. Now 3rd and 17. I think that was Marquise Cole. The left guard got beat, got caught leaning there. And that was his first sack allowed of the season. Greg Walker shaken up on that play. So here's Jason Smith, the redshirt freshman at quarterback, athlete turned quarterback. Big spot here. Good blocking there on the right side. Smith downfield for Washington, and he drops it. A huge drop. That would have been a 1st down inside the 5, maybe even a touchdown. As that's going to be a 44-yard field goal kicking against the 10-mile-per-hour winds. Crucial drop there. Let's see if Hunter Kraft can get the leg. Enough leg on this one. Is that hits the inside of the crossbar, the corner there with the right upright, and bounces out. What are these kicking bounces? There's no... How did that defied all laws of physics, I think. Jeez, tough break there, and the bounce is not going our way, literally and figuratively speaking. Oklahoma back with it at the 28. Turner. A slant there, and he hooks up with Peter Jacobs, 2nd and 1, halfway through the 2nd quarter. Oklahoma gets set now at the 36. Turner's going to keep. Good blocking to the outside. He has a lot of space, a lot of lead blockers as well, as he breaks free past the 20 and just barely tripped up by Omar Wilson. A huge hit there on the ground. And just how the momentum has swung. It was looking kind of promising for us at one point here, but Now Oklahoma owns all momentum and the scoreboard here unless we can hold them out of the end zone. Now 1st and goal at the 8. They'll give to Hines. And he works ahead to the 5, 3 yards, 2nd and goal. Oklahoma gets set now, Turner to pass. And Jacobs over the middle, and a good play by Mark Henry to wrap him up, bring him down, force the incompletion. And look at that, Greg Walker, a bruised knee, going to be out 4 weeks. That's the first time we're going to be out without Greg Walker. That's actually insane. And Oklahoma going to try and set up a screen here for Hines, and he's swarmed. Bobby Price makes the tackle. Now 4th and goal, a good defensive stand. So that certainly changes things. Greg Walker going to miss the rest of this game. We do have a bye in that span, so hopefully he only ends up missing 3 games, but that's not what you wanted to see. Now another kick for Oklahoma, as that's good now, 13-3 Sooners. Wow, so it's definitely a new look offense now with a different quarterback. Jason Smith, a 4-star athlete from last year, a better receiver, but we like him at quarterback to take over for Walker as he plans on being a 3-year starter here. Now Smith, another pass attempt here, going to hook up with Jack Mason. Only a few, now 2nd and 7. Smith, a dynamic athlete, which we've never really had under center throughout this series. Now 2nd and 7. We'll go to the running game. Alexander slips through a lane there, a good 6 yards, 3rd and 1. Now less than 2 minutes left in the half. We'll go Josh Terry, and our O-line was beat really bad there off the ball. As Oklahoma, another big run stop, and I really don't know what to do in these short yardage situations now. I do want to go for it, but I don't know. We'll send him out, see how it looks. I do kind of like this look for the run here for McBride. Very risky, but we're going to send it. And McBride does get ahead for the 1st down. That would have been bad if the Sooners took over right there. But you got to risk it for the biscuit, as they say. Oklahoma did burn a timeout there, but luckily we were able to convert. Now 1:43 remaining in the half as Smith takes the snap. Gonna throw on the run there, and Washington just bamboozling Smith here. He was open in a soft spot and then just turned away from the ball. Now 2nd down. A read option for Smith, and Oklahoma defense too smart up front, not biting on that. Smith brought down for a loss. Marquette just 2 for 8 on 3rd down now, probably the longest we've faced so far, or maybe the 2nd longest. I think we did have one that was even deeper than 3rd and 12. 1 minute remaining. Smith takes the snap, 5 receivers on the field. Roll to the right, we'll try and get Coleman there in the soft spot, and he can't hang on through the contact. A good ball from Smith on the run to locate his man as well, but our receivers just not really helping the cause at all here today, whether it's Walker or Smith. And now Castillo going to punt here with 53 seconds in the half. Plenty of time for Oklahoma to muster up a scoring drive. We haven't had any coffin corners this year. We had a bunch with Eddie Stevens, but now Castillo, the new punter, haven't really had many opportunities. That one a bad one. That was a very bad kick. Going to be fair caught there at the 27. 48 seconds. 2 timeouts for the Sooners. Oklahoma 5 receivers on the field. We'll go with our dime set. Over the middle, we were there with Price, but just couldn't react to the pass in the air. That's Mark Washington on the catch. Oklahoma still with 5 receivers. They burned another timeout. Just 1 left now. Turner to pass. Go far sideline for Washington. As he stops after 5, the clock will continue to run here. Oklahoma going to hurry back. Brock Turner, 7 for 12, 83 yards so far. I would expect that total to jump up a lot. Down the stretch here, and a drop from Bennett. That would have been a 1st down, now 3rd and 5. Oklahoma 0 for 3, surprisingly, on 3rd down here today. A delay give there for Hines. And a good tackle from Williamson. He's been very strong against the run here in recent weeks, and we force a... Was that a 3 and out? I don't know if that was a 3 and out, but either way, they got less than one. Oh no, they had one 1st down, right? I think I have short-term memory, but what are you gonna do? 24 seconds now, 4th and 5, and we do still have 2 timeouts. So maybe we can get a good return here from Williamson, although that is just gonna go for a touchback. So 19 seconds from Marquette, taking over at the 20. Come on, the flex mode. We'll go triple option. Smith, a lane opens up for him. We couldn't really get outside with our block trying to cut across the middle of the field there. But we'll take 16, and we will call a timeout as well. So there you see a little glimpse of the athleticism, big playability from Jason Smith. Going to add a new layer to the offense next year. Takes the snap on this one. Eyes downfield. Gonna try and get Terry there and just underthrows him as Terry was working back to the ball. Now only 8 seconds. Smith gonna move around a lot. You know, work out of structure. 2nd and 10, maybe time for 2 more plays here. And we try to heave that one as we're hit as we throw. And now Smith turns over and it looks like he's hurt. So that'll bring out 3rd string quarterback Martin Diggs, a redshirt sophomore. 71 overall. We'll just go with a draw play here to end the half. And another loss there. Our running game not getting going. Our offensive line is being beaten bad here today against the Oklahoma Sooners. That's it going into halftime. 13-3 Oklahoma. I feel like it could be a little bit worse. I really don't mind the 10-point deficit, but without Greg Walker, I don't know about our chances, and especially without Jason Smith, I don't know how we're going to fare here with Martin Diggs, like I said, a 71 overall redshirt sophomore quarterback, and Lawrence Jackson, for those who are familiar with him, we ended up forcing a transfer there. We created him on Eastern Michigan. He was the backup here the first 3 years, never had a time to hit the field. Walker was healthy, never missed a game, but now going to miss 3 or 4 here today, and we need a big, valiant comeback effort here from whoever the signal caller is going to be. 13-3 going into the second half. So Oklahoma will start with the ball here. Already up 10 points. Our defense definitely going to have to come up with some big plays here if we want to get this one back. And that's a quick one for Matthews, only 3 yards. And that's Kyle Matthews, a 6'5", 220 true freshman at 81 overall. He's going to be a beast. Hines, a strong stiff arm, spins away from a Carter tackle and gets a tough 6 yards now, 3rd and 1. Next week we have Iowa State, a more manageable Big 12 opponent. And now Carter reads the option there very well. I thought Turner was going to be able to pitch that for Hines, which probably would have led to a first down. Good blocking up the sideline there. He would have had a lot of room to run, but Turner could not get the pitch off. That's a 3-and-out to start the second half, exactly what the Marquette defense needed. I'm not sure what the injury was on Jason Smith, but he is back out there, and that's good to see. Just maybe the wind knocked out of him. Welcome to college football. And McBride trying to get the running game going here, and again, no gain. 2nd and 10. Smith takes the snap. Gonna roll to the left. And we'll just rip this up the sideline as we do get 9, now a 3rd and 1. And speaking of Smith's durability, you know, we already see him exit a game, and he's very thin there, 5'10", 185, I think, so not really a guy you want taking too many hits. And then McBride gets a carry, works it up the middle, still going in 7 yards, probably his best run of the day so far. First down, Marquette at the 46. We'll go back to the run here. Alexander gets some space and gets ahead for 8. And there's a 2nd into a light box from the Sooners. It doesn't matter, though. We're hit hard in the backfield. That linebacker got off the block extremely well. Alexander fumbled, but Richard Walker, the right guard, able to jump on it, keep possession. That was Drew Smith on the hit. Very good play there. 3rd and 4 here. Marquette want to keep this drive going. Smith on the drop back. Quick one there. And I don't know why Coleman cut that route short. If he kept running, it would have been good. Now Smith starts 1 for 7. Not what you want to see, although we have had a bunch of drops. 4th and 4 at the 48. We'll just bring the offense out, see how it looks. I think worst case, we can maybe roll right and get Smith to scramble for the first. We'll just roll the dice again here. Smith takes the snap. Quick check down there for Pope, and he hangs on there. I thought he might drop it through the hit, but Z-spot out of Ace Bunch works again. Smith just 2 for 8 now with 8 yards, but like I said, a lot of dropped yardage so far. Now first down, a big play there by 94. Just busting through the line. I think that was against Richard Walker. And again, our run defense, our run blocking, a huge liability, but the run defense for Oklahoma absolutely dominating. 2nd and 10 now from the 43. Smith takes the snap. And we try to go downfield, but sat in the pocket way too long. And again, Smith takes a hit. And it's again 3rd and long. 3rd and 12. Gonna try the option here, nothing doing, as again, great contain off the edge. Anthony Marshall, his 3rd tackle for loss. Trying to catch him off guard there with the option, but this Oklahoma run defense is just absolutely stealing the show here today. Now we're gonna have to punt from Oklahoma's 45, try and pin him back here. Like I said, we haven't really had any coughing corners this year with Castillo quite yet, but now would be a good time for one. And that one, I think, going to probably bounce into the end zone as it just barely does for the touchback. Just inches away from a perfect punt there from Castillo. Only a 25-yard net there. And that's really not going to be the biggest difference against this offense. Although we have bottled them up quite well on recent drives. But Hines not having any more of that. A strong stiff arm, but he's still brought down at the line of scrimmage by Witherspoon. Jake Witherspoon, the junior D tackle, our sack leader entering this game with 4 on the season so far. Hines another carry. Another strong stiff arm, still going. Still going. He's finally brought down there at the 37 after 17 yards. Another big gain for Hines. Another first down for Oklahoma. And Turner will keep. Trying to be a little too fancy and wrap it around, but Williamson not having any of that brings him down for the loss. 2nd and 14 now. Oklahoma backed up a little bit. 3 minutes left here in the third. Turner to pass. Has a man open there at the sideline. I think Perkins lost track of him, but only 5 yards now, 3rd and 9. Oklahoma gets set. Hines in the backfield. Going up the sideline there as Lane beat, I think that was Williamson, and man there, Paul Lane, 36 yards, the top receiver on this team with Hayden Hurt. His first grab of the day, a big play. And that's first down at the 25. They go play action here. And that's Bennett over the middle. A huge hit from Williamson. I was hoping someone could come down with that interception off the ricochet. And Williamson gets beat, but then he responds quite well with that play. 2nd and 10 now. Turner gives to Hines. And he gets head for 3, another 3rd down. Turner takes the snap. They go with a run here on 3rd and 7, and Hines gets enough, as we should have expected that. 9 yards for Hines, a 1st and 10 now for Oklahoma. Oklahoma now at the 14. Turner's going to keep. Bobby Price there to meet him, but he brings him down by a face mask. No need for that. And give him a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal for the Sooners now at the 5-yard line. Good spot for them to be in. That's Allen to the outside. He finds the end zone, his first touch of the day. And that's a touchdown for the Sooners as they'll extend this lead now up 20-3 with 2 left in the third. And we look at our first studio update of the day. And it sees Minnesota defeats number 13 Northwestern. The Golden Gophers get their first win of the year. Now 1-4. Northwestern entered the year as a top 10 team, but likely falling down maybe outside the top 20 now at 3-3. We'll give Alexander another chance here on a return. And we do get some space up the right side. Good juke there as he works past the 50. A good return from Alexander. We need some good field position. Hopefully we can take advantage now. See if Jason Smith can get any momentum going for this offense. It's been quite stale all day. We'll go back to the run as Alexander gets 4, and we'll take that with our results here today. 2nd down now. We'll give it to McBride this time as he lunges ahead for 5, now 3rd and 1. Our short yardage has not been good at all today. Hopefully we can convert here. McBride going to bust this one outside for a little extra. He gets 3 and a 1st. Less than a minute left in this third quarter now. Smith takes a snap. They bring pressure. Dump off there for Mason as he takes the head for 15 to the 21. Now 30 seconds left. Manning into the backfield will fake it. Smith will keep. And he gets ahead for a few. Now 2nd and 7 inside the red zone. Going to try some play action here, but it could go very poorly. Smith will just dump it off for Terry. Terry works that inside the 10, 9 yards. As that will bring us into the end of the third quarter. As we still only 3 points on the board for our Marquette Golden Eagles. Oklahoma has added another one here in the third as they now lead 20-3. But we are in a prime spot to find the end zone here. And maybe we could fight our way back in. 1st and goal now at the 9 to start this fourth quarter. Alexander a give. And he's taken down there. A lot of players on the field couldn't quite maneuver around him. 2nd and goal. 2nd down, Smith from the shotgun takes the snap. A quick one there for Mason, and he drops it. What could have been a potential touchdown. I don't think drops have been this bad in a game since maybe like year 3 of this dynasty. Now 3rd and goal. Smith is going to keep. And how does he not cross the plane there? 5 yards, they say the knee goes down before the ball crosses the plane. As it's now a 4th and goal from the 1. Like I said before, our short yardage has not really held up well in this game, although we are 3 for 3 on 4th down. This one from the inch-yard line. We give to McBride, and he's held out. And a crucial turnover on downs there at the 1 yard line. It's a very tough break. We're just not getting the bounces in this one. Between the injuries, those field goals earlier, I just don't think it was our game. We almost had the safety there, although the fullback Daniel able to fight ahead, still gets a yard. That's Tyler Daniel, an 80 overall, true freshman at fullback. 2nd and 9 now. And they'll go right back to him. Has some space this time as he veers right, and he gets 9, 3rd and inches. Oklahoma gets set back up. They're going to option here. Turner will keep, and he does get the first down. Chris Carter on the stop. Another first down for Oklahoma. And they go to Hines this time. Mark Henry gets in the backfield for the stop. 2nd and 12. Oklahoma at the 10-yard line as we hit the 6-minute mark in this 4th quarter. Dump off there for Jacobs. Going to drag a man there for a few. Now 3rd and 4. Oklahoma at the 19. They'll go to Hines here. And he finds a lane, gets head for the first down. Turner takes the snap. Has a man underneath it. That's Jacobs. He gets another 4. 2nd and 6. Turner on the drop back. He's going to dump that off for Jacobs. And Antonio Carr able to make the stop. 3rd and 1 for the Sooners. Now less than 5 minutes in the game. And a false start from Oklahoma. Someone jumped a little early. It'll be a 3rd and 6 now. Oklahoma here on 3rd and 6. A punt here is ideal, obviously, for Marquette if they want to keep their hopes alive. And Brian Allen, his 2nd touch of the day, stopped short, 4th and 4. And I think Marquette is going to get the ball back. Williamson going to take this from his own 14. I think Mike Carroll kind of missed a block there, but Williamson still gets a decent return, 15 yards to the 31. The Marquette offense just hasn't really been able to get anything going here today, especially with the turnover at quarterback, but a good drive last time out, although stopped at the 1-yard line. Now we'll go speed sweep for Alexander, and really nothing doing, just 1 yard. At this point, down 3 possessions, about halfway through this 4th quarter. Just want to kind of get some confidence going into next week if you're Jason Smith. As he takes the snap, we'll just check that down for Pope near the sideline. Only 4 yards now, 3rd and 5. Smith now out there empty on this 3rd and 5. Takes the snap. We'll go Anderson. We tried to go Anderson. The right bumper button on this controller has been solid, but for those who have followed this dynasty, you know I've had issues with the right bumper button at times, and there it proved costly. What a time for that. Maybe even had some better options downfield. So another 4th down here, 4th and 5. Let's try and get it. We're just going to run it with Smith. Seems like a sure thing. First down, Marquette. At this point, we'll just try and run a few more plays kind of outside our repertoire here. Slant bubble. We'll go on the bubble there for Terry. And I don't know why he's toe tapping. Had a bunch of green grass ahead. It's 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Now less than 3 minutes remaining. Just going to go verticals here. See if we can get lucky downfield. Try for Coleman. And it's just overthrown. Beat his man by a step. But Smith just overthrew him by a step. Marquette is 4 for 16 on 3rd down. And that is not going to win football games, especially on the road against a top 5 team. 3rd and 5. Smith to pass. We have Pope there again on a short one as he gets 8 and a 1st. Smith takes the snap. Roll to the right. Try and squeeze that in for Pope at the sideline. We get it. That was a risky one against these better teams. The cover guys just crash on the ball so quickly sometimes. But luckily that time Pope able to work in front and make the catch. Now 2nd and 1 from the 36. Smith now 8 for 18, 58 yards on the day. He'll take the snap here. Quick one again for Pope, and we pulled away from that one. That could have been ugly. At this point, I've just been asking Coach, and I really don't like the formations they're giving us. Like, why are they giving us a 3 tight end formation right here? Dump that off for Watkins. Find the soft spot. 8 yards, another 1st. Marquette now at the 29. Smith on the drop back. We have Terry wide open. A good catch there, and he finishes the run for 14. Smith now kind of finding a little rhythm. That's really all we wanted at the end of this game. Obviously out of reach. But if Smith can get a little confidence going into next week at home against Iowa State, at least we'll have that. Now Terry, a good catch there. 10 yards, although the clock will continue to tick. 2nd and inches. Now just 1:30 remaining. Smith on the drop back. The man open there in the end zone. That's Jack Mason for the touchdown. And that's Jason Smith's first touchdown pass of his career. After a slow start, he's really responded well. And I kind of like what we see here. With his legs, you know, it adds another dimension to the offense. But as long as he can keep composure in the pocket, I think he'll be all right. So now 20-10, Obviously, we really weren't showing much urgency there. 1:26 remaining as we get another studio update. Number 23, Penn State, now 5-0, defeats number 12, Nebraska, giving the Cornhuskers their 3rd loss of the year. The Penn State Nittany Lions undefeated. I should have went onside kick here, but either way, we're going to have to get a defensive stop. So all our timeouts will just try and pin them back a little bit. Jacob's going to feel that from the 1. On Taylor, we were trying to get the hit stick with Taylor. He has like 88 hit power, but we read that one poorly. Just 1:23 left in the game. Marquette down 10. You would think Oklahoma just tries to run this one out. Daniel in motion. And they'll give to Hines. Brigham strips him, but Turner picks it up, as we'll call the timeout. Jed Brigham, probably his first big play of the year. We've had a rotation at right end, and really no one has secured the job. Everyone's been fairly silent, but Jed Brigham, a big play there, but we just couldn't capitalize. We just turned strip ball onto aggressive, and there it did pay off in some way, although we couldn't generate the turnover. Now Hines gets a carry, and he stops after just 2. Now 3rd and 8, we'll take another timeout. 3rd and 8, need to stop here to keep your hopes alive in this one. Turner looks like he's going to try and run for it. We had a couple guys there to bring him down, but no one attacked the ball. And Turner able to scramble for 15 and a first. Like Carter was there in the backfield. We had Carr off block, but no one would approach him. That does stop the clock at least, so that saves us a little time. Still have a timeout. So we'll go with Hines here. Going to be brought down in the backfield. A big loss there. We do burn our final timeout, so a couple kneel downs, and Oklahoma gets out of here with a victory. They're going to call a play here with 1:02 remaining. They're going to give it to Hines. Breaks the tackle there. Still going. Leak trying to strip it from him. Couldn't get the job down. Now 3rd and 6, and I would assume they take a kneel down here. And it looks like they are going to call another play, not coming out in the victory formation. 20 seconds left, 3rd and 6. And they will give to Hines. Brought down there by Williamson, which forces the 4th down, but that is going to do it here. Unfortunately, we fell to number 6 Miami a few weeks back. Now we fall to number 5 Oklahoma. And Lance Leipold now 10-7 against ranked opponents. So still, we've played very good against the nation's top teams, as that will be official. But this time just couldn't pull it out. Oklahoma's run defense honestly was the difference in this one. They really struggled with our offensive flow. Add on, Greg Walker, our senior quarterback, our 4-year starter. We kind of need him in a game like this. Jason Smith, it took a little for him to get going, but too little, too late as we look ahead to Iowa State next week in what is another home game where we'll have some visits, including our top option here in this recruiting class. 6'4", 234 athlete who we hope at receiver, or who's going to be a receiver, but we hope he could transfer over to tight end, that being John Coleman, one of the top players in the country, in the high school circuit at least. So that's it here from Norman, Oklahoma. We fall in a big matchup here against number 5, and maybe this will push us out of the rankings. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Wish we could have came away with a victory here today, but still a fun game despite the struggles. We got to see Jason Smith a little bit, so a glimpse into the future. As next year he'll be a redshirt sophomore and probably the quarterback for the next 3 years after that. So as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.